Hello, myself Ram Kumar. I will be dealing with the Physics IIT and I welcome you all to Suman TV. So now let us study about the reflection of light at curved surface. So there are two types of curved surface. One is called concave surface and other is called convex surface. When concave surface is polished and coated, we form convex mirror. When convex surface is coated and polished, we form concave mirror. Let us know the formation of mirrors now. So let us know the formation of mirrors. How do we form mirror? Let us consider we have a hollow sphere. And this hollow sphere is halved. Let us say half of the hollow sphere. So what do we have, sir? We have a sphere. We are studying about formation of mirror. So formation of mirror here. So when hollow sphere is there, hollow glass sphere is there, that is into the half part. So what is that, sir? So this part is called concave and this part is called convex. So what is that, sir? This part is called, which is having inner cavity, is called as concave surface, and this is called as convex surface. So when we polish convex surface, what I say, polish convex surface, will get the concave mirror. That means the reflected part will be this side. So now here, if you look at the half part, if you polish convex surface, as I said, this is what, sir? Convex surface, and this is what, sir? This side is concave surface. So if you polish convex surface, so what will happen? So we'll get a concave mirror. And if you polish concave surface, so we'll get a convex mirror. So now, this side will be in concave mirror, this side will be the reflecting part. So this side is a reflecting part, and in convex mirror, this side will be the reflecting part. So now you know about types of mirrors, that is concave mirror and convex mirror. Now let us study about laws of reflection on spherical mirrors. So here we studied in plane mirror that the angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection, and the same law also valid for spherical mirror. Now, but here little different concept, that is we need to know how to draw normal to the curved surface first of all. Normal to curved surface. Let us take any curve. Then here we have to draw a tangent to the curve, and then if you draw perpendicular line to that, so that becomes normal to the curve. So we cannot draw a normal to the curve directly. So generally we consider that every normal passes through the center of curvature, but in order to know the concept that it passes through the center, we must and should know the tangent and normals. So here let us consider concave mirror and draw a tangent. What is tangent, sir? A line which is passing through one point. A line which is passing through one point. That is what we call as tangent. And then consider this is a complete sphere now. So which has center. So if you draw normal to this, what is normal? A perpendicular line is called normal. So this is what we call normal, and this is what we call tangent. So by this we can understand that the normal passes through the center. So again we'll take another tangent now. Take a point, draw a line through that which passes through the single point, and again draw the normal through that point. So we again it is 90 degrees with the tangent. So this is what we call normal, this is tangent, this is normal. So every normal to the curved surface passes through the center. So remember, every normal to the spherical mirrors passes through center. So every normal to the spherical mirror passes through center. So if you consider concave mirror, that also normal passes through the center. If you consider convex mirror, that also passes through the center. So let us take one more example here. So which type of mirror is? Again this is a spherical mirror, in that it is concave. Let us consider convex mirror. Now if you complete the sphere, so here is the center of curvature. Take one point and draw a line through that point. That is what we call tangent. And if you draw perpendicular line to the tangent, it becomes normal to the tangent. When a line drawn perpendicular to the tangent, it is normal to the tangent, as well as it is also normal to the curve. So now this is called as normal to the convex mirror. So now you understood how to draw normal to the convex mirror. Now let us study the laws of reflection on convex and concave mirrors. Now draw a concave mirror. Take one point of incidence where this is called angle of incident ray and this is called reflected ray. So if you take a normal to this point, so this is what angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. So here in the same way for plane mirrors, here also for the concave mirror, so angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. So again, the second law of reflection is incident ray, reflected ray, normal lie in the same plane. So let us draw for the convex mirror now. So here is the center, let us say. Then every normal passes through the center. This is a normal. And then if you take a incident ray and then it is a reflected ray, here angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. So what is that, sir? Angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. That is the first law of reflection. And second is incident ray, reflected ray and normal lie in the same plane. So incident ray, reflected ray and normal lie in the same plane. So now let us learn some terminologies regarding spherical mirrors. Terminologies. So one is, let us now draw a concave mirror. Now the middle part of the concave mirror, so this is what we call as pole. So what we call this as a pole. So middle part of the mirror is called as pole. Now center of curvature, as we know very well, if you draw the sphere, if you complete the sphere, we find that the sphere has center. Now the center of the sphere will also be a center for the mirror. The center of the sphere will also be a center for the mirror. Now, so this is what we call center of curvature. So now you understood, sir. So what is that? Center of curvature, pole. And then if you incident a parallel beam of light, so let me explain you the meaning of what is a ray of light and then beam of light. So what is ray of light, sir? So the path followed by light, the path followed by single light is called, or else path followed by light is called as ray of light. So generally we draw a ray of light with a single arrow like this. And then beam of light, a beam of lights are the number of ray of lights passing together. And in this beam of light, there are three types of beam of lights. One is convergent beam of light, and then we have divergent beam of light, then we have parallel beam of light. So parallel beam of light example is this one. And then convergent beam of light, if the number of rays of light, so what happens, sir? If the number of rays of light moving towards one point, let us say the number of rays of lights are moving towards one point here, so this is what we called convergent beam of light, they are converging towards one point. So here, then divergent beam of light, if the ray of lights moves from away from one point, let us say example is this one. Now here, so the number of lights are moving away here. So this is what we call divergent beam of light. Now what I was talking about, I was talking about here the parallel beam of light. When we incident parallel beam of light onto the spherical mirror, so what will happen, sir? Now see, let us see. So when we incident parallel beam of light onto the mirror, this light will reflect and will meet at one point. So this all light will reflect and meet at one point. So this is what we call light is converging at one point. Okay, so light is converging at one point. So here what is happening, parallel beam of light is converting into convergent beam of light. So this is what we call as focus, denoted by capital F. So what we call as a focus. So when we incident a parallel beam of light onto the mirror, then the all reflected lights will converge at one point. So this convergent point is called as focus. So now we have studied about pole, we have studied about center of curvature, now we have studied about focus. Now let us go for the principal axis. The line joining center of curvature, focus and pole. The line joining center of curvature, focus, pole is called as principal axis. So it is called as what, sir? Principal axis. So now we understood pole, focus and principal axis. And there are two more terminologies here. One is radius of curvature and other is the distance between pole to the center of curvature. Okay, so that is what we call radius of curvature. The distance between pole to the center of curvature is called as radius of curvature. The distance between pole and focus is called as focal length. So what is that, sir, now concept now? One is radius of curvature. And second is focal length. So now, what is the radius of curvature? The distance between pole to the center of curvature is radius of curvature. The distance between pole to the focus is called as focal length. So and here it is denoted by R and here it is denoted by small f. So there is a relation between radius of curvature and focal length. So that is focal length equal to half of the radius of curvature. So this is a very important formula for which you will get a 1 mark question in the SSC board exam. So what is that, sir? F equal to R by 2, or else we can write R equal to 2 into F. That means the focal length is half of the radius of curvature. Now we do one problem based on F equal to R by 2. What is that, sir? Formula now? F equal to R by 2. Okay. So how will be the question given? Find the focal length of the concave mirror when the radius of curvature is 28 centimeter. So what is given, sir? So R value is given here. R value is 28 centimeter. What is asking? Find the focal length of the concave mirror for the radius of curvature of 28 centimeter. So just simply apply the formula, that is F equal to R by 2. In that F equal to 28 by 2. So 2 1 ja 14. So that is F equal to 14 centimeter. So this is what we call focal length of the concave mirror. So if you can do any problem based on this, they can also ask you find the radius of curvature. So reverse, find the radius of curvature when focal length is given 14 centimeter. So find R when F is 14 centimeter. So here R equal to 2 into F, and then R equal to 2 into 14 centimeter, that is 28 centimeter. So that is what simple problem you will get for 1 mark or 2 mark in the final examination. So definitely this is a very important formula for doing problems for the spherical mirror. And in the next class we are going to deal about ray diagrams and then mirror formula. So what is ray diagram? I will completely explain you regarding ray diagrams, and then we will be doing problem based on 1 by U plus 1 by V equal to 1 by F. So this is what we called as mirror formula. So what we call, sir, it is mirror formula. Okay, and see you in the next class. Thank you.